I had a quick question or two, actually. One, it doesn't have to be a 30-year, right? You can do the same thing if you have a 15-year.
You most certainly can.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Gregory. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you had a choice and the payment wasn't an issue, would you rather have a 30-year mortgage or a 15-year?
We want to pay it off as soon as possible, I would think.
Okay. If you want to pay it off as soon as possible, then never get a 15-year. Keep that 30. Keep that 30.
Okay.
Would you like to see why that is?
Sure.
So we're going to use this same $350,000 mortgage at 4%. All right. And I know of a lot of people who are refinancing into, from a 30 down to a 15. Okay. Now, here's what I need you to know. If you are going to pay every single payment, then you want the shortest time available and you want the lowest interest rate available if you plan on making every single payment. So if you have a 30-year mortgage, do you want to make all 360 of those payments, Gregory? If you're speaking, we can't hear you. Anyway, folks, here's what we're talking about. So when this is sold to you, what you're hearing is the numbers are based on if you keep your loan for 30 years, here's what it's going to cost. If you keep your loan for 15 years, here's what it's going to cost. So they're comparing a 30-year mortgage to a 15-year mortgage, making every single payment. You got 360 payments over here. You got 180 payments over here. So if you're going to make every one of those payments, then yeah, you want the lowest interest rate and you want the lowest term. But what if you could use your budget to pay it off in 7 years? None of the numbers that they previously mentioned, they don't even apply. So don't use that. Figure out how you can pay the least amount of interest possible. That will determine how you get out of debt. Okay. So Gregory, I see you're back, man. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I got a $350,000 mortgage here at 4%. And we're going to take a look at this particular couple. Let's say they don't know anything about the P.I.L.L method. And we generally refinance every 5 to 7 years. Okay. So Americans don't have 30-year loans. They have a string of 5 to 7 year loans until they die due to refinancing. Okay. All right. So here's what we're looking at. So let's go into this thing. We're looking at the first year on this loan. We're going to pay $13,000 in interest on this loan just to pay it down by $6,000. We're going to go down to year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. Okay. In year 7, that's 84 payments already. Okay. 84 payments. We paid this loan down on line 84 by $48,791.50, but it cost us $91,000 in interest. So what people don't realize is that by the time they refinance, in this case, they would have paid $91,000 in interest already just to pay the loan down by $48,791. So you got to add those two numbers together. All right. That's over $140,000 paid out just to pay the loan down by $48,000. Who wants to do that? So now we're going to refinance this loan. Okay. We're going to refinance $301,208.50. And I think I have that over here. Okay. All right. So now let's just refinance. Now we're going to do this. Let's just say we're going to be able to do it without any fees. All right. So we're here. We've paid it down to $301,208.50. Okay. And our payment is $1,670.95. Okay. $1,670.95 on this. So now we're going to refinance it. We're told that if we refinance, we can get a 2.9 instead of a 4. And we're going to refinance the $301,208.50, but now we're going to get a new 180 payment loan, which is a 15-year loan. Our payment is just slightly higher at $2,065.63. $2,065. So now we now have a 15-year loan. Okay. And we've already been into our other loan by 7 years. But when you add it up, so we think for some reason now we have a new 15-year loan and we're going to do this in 15 years. No, you're already in 7. So when you add the 15, now you have a 22-year loan. You don't have a 15, it's 22 because you're already into it for 7. So watch this. So now most people who get this loan don't do anything different. They just continue to pay the 180 payments because they think they're already saving on the interest cost, which has been brought down to $70,604.90. Okay, $70,604.90. But even this number is 23.44% of the 301. Okay, it's still not 2.9. It's 23% of what you borrowed. Now watch this. I'm going to go back to payment number 84. So this is where we are. So now, if you're at payment number 84, okay, now you made your payment and payment number 85 is next month. Payment number 85 is next month. If you wanted to prepay the $666.92, let's say you prepay that. Do you realize you skip payment number 85? 85 is now gone for only $666.92. We save $1,004.03 in interest we never have to pay. And now we're on line 86 where we pay this payment. So we can jump from here to here for only $666.92 and save $1,000 in interest. Watch what happens when I lower the interest rate and I lower the term. Because here's what we're doing, folks. How do I give the bank back a certain amount of money and eliminate payments and eliminate interest? When you have an amortized loan, you want to control the principal payment. When you control the principal payment, you can make great headway on a loan. If you allow the bank to control the principal payment by offering you quote unquote savings, and they manipulate that principal payment, which makes it harder for you to get out of debt, you missed the whole story. And they're glad that you missed it because they're still going to make a ton of money because it's going to take you longer to get out of debt.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.